Big Thunder Mountain Railroad is one of the most iconic rides at the Disney parks. And starting today, the Magic Kingdom's Big Thunder is undergoing a very lengthy refurbishment. While we wait for it to reopen sometime in 2026, let's take a look at the brief history of the attraction in today's Once Upon a Main Street.
It could only happen at Disneyland.
To start this story, we need to jump back to the opening of the Magic Kingdom. It was 1971, and visitors were loving the park, which was filled with a lot of Disneyland's most popular rides, except for one. Imagineers thought that Florida had enough pirates, and decided not to bring over Pirates of the Caribbean, instead assuming the Cowboys and Indians would be way more exciting for Florida residents. The attraction they were planning to build was the Western River Expedition, which would be the marquee attraction of Thunder Mesa Mountain in Frontierland. Thunder Mesa not only would incorporate the river ride, but also include a runaway mine train in the same show building. Western River Expedition was going to be a recreation of the western expansion of the United States, bringing the Old West to life in a theatrical, humorous, and immersive way. So long story short, it was Pirates of the Caribbean, but with cowboys and Native Americans. Except Disney didn't count on one little detail. Floridians wanted Pirates of the Caribbean, and they weren't going to wait around for some cut-rate Old West revision. Disney abandoned the ride and quickly threw together a Pirates for the East Coast. The Magic Kingdom opened Pirates of the Caribbean in 1973, and when Imagineers circled back around to the Thunder Mesa concept, there just wasn't enough juice to get the project moving forward. Construction of Space Mountain, Carousel of Progress, the Starjets, and the Wedway People Mover in Tomorrowland, part of their Phase 2 development, meant that there just wasn't the money and resources to build anything as major as what had previously been conceived. This is when Imagineer Tony Baxter enters the story, who envisioned a stripped-down version of the Thunder Mesa, kicking the Western River Expedition to the curb and making the secondary mine train attraction the star of the show. He saw it as an update to Disneyland's mine train through Nature's Wonderland, blending the backstory, aesthetics, and ride mechanics with thrills and immersive storytelling. Baxter used the famous landscape of Monument Valley in Utah as inspiration for the spires of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. The storyline differs slightly between parks, but generally follows the themes of a town that experienced prosperity during the gold rush, then became the victim of mysterious disasters that drove the miners away and set the stage for the abandoned mine that serves the setting for the runaway train. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad opened in Disneyland in September 1979, replacing the mine train through Nature's Wonderland. A year later, in November of 1980, it made its debut at the Magic Kingdom with a slightly larger layout and additional details to match that park's expanded Frontierland. Tokyo Disneyland received a version, and Disneyland Paris got theirs in April 1992. The Disneyland Paris version is the largest and most elaborate, serving as the centerpiece for their Frontierland. The story is tied to that park's haunted mansion, Phantom Manor, whose owner chose to continue mining Big Thunder Mountain, eventually causing his death and the death of his wife. In Disneyland, the mining camp of Rainbow Ridge becomes a literal ghost town with haunted trains moving on their own. In the Magic Kingdom, flood is brought down on the miners of Tumbleweed, wiping out the camp and bringing on a watery doom. Disneyland's Big Thunder underwent a major refurbishment in 2013, reopening in March of 2014 with a replaced track and a brand new finale scene with projection-mapped mine explosion. Over the past 40-plus years, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad has continued to be one of the most popular rides in any Disney park. It's a testament to Imagineers' ability to combine storytelling, theming, and thrills into an attraction that holds its own even against newer ride technology. It's definitely my favorite coaster, and I can't wait for it to reopen next year. In the meantime, I guess we'll all have to head over to one of the other 3 versions to get our runaway railroad train fix. And also, if we can stop putting runaway with railroad or railway, that would be awesome because it's incredibly hard to say. Thanks, Disney.